Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thinking Corner on the Think About It channel. Today we are with avid reader, former English teacher extraordinaire, Steve Delaney. The man eats books for breakfast. Not literally, that would be weird, but he knows a lot about books. He reads a lot about books. He's a nice guy, and today we're going to tackle a question that was actually a little hard for me to answer. So we today are talking about which minor character in a book needs their own standalone book? And this was actually a question that Steve came up with, so I'm excited to hear him go first and say what he has to say.
So, as you mentioned, I'm a former English teacher, and one of my favorites to teach and one of my favorites to write about when I was doing some grad school classes was A Scarlet Letter. Scarlet Letter, for those who don't remember from your American literature classes, the story of Hester Prynne, who has an affair with the pastor in town, and the affair results in a child named Pearl. Pearl is one of my favorite minor characters ever. She's a young girl. She is so precocious. And the studies I did, or the research I did when I was in grad school, was about how Pearl is kind of like a modern child. This is 1800s, Nathaniel Hawthorne writing about a girl in the 1600s. And he's writing about her as if she's like a kid today. She's out in the woods, she's playing, she is exploring nature, she kind of questions and bucks against society. And I think children are some of the best examples of minor characters that should become standalone novels, because to see a world through a child's mind and to see her bucking against this puritanical society, I need more of that. I know there's kind of a little coda at the end of The Scarlet Letter where it gives you a hint as to what happened to her in the end, but I need that fully fleshed out, how she develops over the years.
So it's crazy that you bring up The Scarlet Letter, because I don't know how much of the channel you have seen, but we recently did one of these Fincke-ing Corner segments with a friend of mine named Robin Yost. She is also an English teacher. And our topic was, what is a book that needs like a modern replacement in schools? And I said The Scarlet Letter, because like the themes and stuff I think are very prevalent today, but I think the very old setting and very old like vibe and language doesn't necessarily translate well today. So it's funny that Scarlet Letter is now getting a second shout out on the channel.
Well, I can see it. I know it was one of the most challenging to teach, because you're trying to get. I only ever taught it with the AP English classes because it is so dense. It is so language heavy to try to parse through. So yeah, I definitely think that I can agree with that idea that it's something we need to think about replacing. But man, do I love it.
Mm-hmm. And I found like when I was in English class reading it, like once I understood what was going on, I was like, oh, this is juicy. Like there is some serious stuff going on here. And once you sort of like decode and get past some of the language and some of the like more formal writing in it, like it would do well. It still holds up is what I'm trying to say. So my response to this question is I did think long and hard about it. And I read this duology of books probably when I was in college. And this one particular character, she is a minor character in the first book and sort of a major-ish character in the second book. The series is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. She's the lady who wrote Divergent, that series. And the character I'm talking about is CZ Karaseth. So she is the sister to the main character, or one of the main characters. And sort of like a baby spoiler synopsis is that she has something called a current gift, which is like a gift from the universe. And her current gift is that she can alter people's emotions. And a lot of times she can alter people's emotions through her emotions. So if people see her getting stressed out, they get stressed out. Or if she wants someone to calm down, she has like an aura about her that calms people down. And a lot of times it can get her in and out of trouble. You know, if things are getting like hostile, she can like, she sort of describes it as like pouring her essence of calm into people. And I thought that was such like a cool trait or like ability. And in this series, you sort of see her struggle with sort of like Elsa-esque, like conceal, don't feel, like I don't want to really embrace this because it can be dangerous, but at times I do need to embrace this because it is helpful. So after the events of the books, her fate is sort of like ambiguous. Like it's sort of understood that like she turns out okay, but I would like to see like more of what happens with her moving forward. How she sort of navigates her life with this gift.
It's funny when you talk about that. There's a couple of similar things in mind. Like I think about sisters. I think about Primrose Everdeen. I want to hear more about Primrose Everdeen.
Yeah.
I think, and then the way you talked about her gifts and all, I don't know, it made me think of Wicked a little bit. I don't know if you ever read the novel. So in the novel, there is a sister who kind of is and I think listen, I've never seen the musical or the movie either, so I'm talking about the book, and I don't know. There's some parallels I'm seeing there with this gifts and these. How do you navigate into a world? So I like your thoughts there. But again, I like siblings. I like offspring and the different role that they can bring into a book.
For sure. So if you want to get more in depth on what we're doing here, and if you have a minor character that you think needs some more love, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you are following Steve on Goodreads to see all the amazing things that he is reading and get his 2 cents on that. And hopefully we see you again next week.